November 4th, 2023, and I'm starting the Pacific Crest Trail hike at exactly the same place where I left off last time. This is mile 30.2. I'm on Kitchen Creek Road, and I'm just going to get going down. This is where I left off, right behind me here. And now I'm on Kitchen Creek Road. That goes up to Kibitz Flats Campground over there. But here's where I'm going. And you can see almost all the way down to the Mexican border if you zoom in really far. This is where I start. Let's go on hiking. It's about 8:50 right now, Saturday morning. Let's go. Okay, we're at 1.5 miles into the trail. We just left behind some nice vistas of the Interstate 8 freeway, and now we are over here just going towards the Kibitz Flats campground. And it's actually feeling hot, probably about 65, 70 degrees, but when your body starts working out on a hike, it feels much hotter. So my goal is to make it to the Pioneer Mall picnic area up in the Mount Laguna area, and then spend the night at a place in Mount Laguna. So let's make sure that we get there. It is now 9:30, and hike is going great so far. I feel wonderful. I feel like I have all the supplies that I need to make it a successful day. Okay, we're about 5 miles into the hike right now. We're on a nice level open trail, not on a hillside or anything. And way off in the distance, I don't know if you can see, but there is, you can barely see the old Air Force Base and the satellite towers or whatever those things are. Those gigantic golf balls that are sitting on top of Mount Laguna. That's where I'm heading right now. And yeah, hike is going great. The weather's perfect. It's sweating a little bit from the exertion, but it's probably 70 degrees and just beautiful and sunny. Just a great time for an early November hike on the Pacific Crest Trail. Okay, it's a little after 12. We're at about mile 7 or so, and we are now at a crossing of Long Canyon Creek, which you can hear for a long time, but I'm just now getting to see it. So there's Long Canyon Creek, just a really short hop, skip, and a jump over it. And we continue on with the trail. So you guys started where?
Huh?
Where'd you guys start your hike?
Canada.
Canada. So you're going all the way to Mexico tomorrow, right?
Yep, exactly.
Excellent, excellent.
That's the plan.
Was it worth it?
100%. Every moment.
Completely.
Exhausting, but worth it.
Totally fun and interesting.
Excellent, excellent.
No, yeah.
I'm glad to meet people coming all the way from there. You're actually the second group I've met from Canada today.
All right.
Yeah, now's the time.
Yeah, take us a picture.
Perfect year to do
I'm
it.
taking video of you guys right now. Okay, that was really fun to meet up that group of thru hikers. They were coming all the way down from Canada, and you know, I got to take their video and interview them a little bit, and they were asked me if they would be famous or on the news. Anyway, I'm taking a little detour here, and I'm going to Lower Morris Meadows, and well, here is Lower Morris Meadows. We're probably 2 miles away from what you would call Mount Laguna proper. And as you can see, it's a very peaceful, tranquil meadows. I think that's a Jeffrey pine right there in the middle of the field. It's breathtaking, isn't it? All right, time to get back on the trail and go. Okay, we are now officially entering the Laguna Mountain Recreation area. And as you can see, I just passed a large group of people who I think were just day hiking. But now we're in a sort of alpine environment. There's pine needles all over the trail. The trail's really cozy. And it's mostly pine trees. some pinyon pines, some Jeffrey pines, some black oaks, I guess. And, oh, hey, look at that. That's fall foliage for you. Oh, hey, this is something I've been wanting to see. This is something where woodpeckers come and they poke holes into a tree, like thousands of holes, and then they store their acorns in there. And they could do thousands of them. And then later in the winter they come and get their acorns. So that's a granary. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the trail. And it's looking like a beautiful day. It's 1:30 right now in the afternoon. Just perfect hiking weather. A tiny bit of wind, which is very refreshing. And let's stop next at the Burnt Rancheria campground. Okay, we are at the Burnt Rancheria campground, which is a pretty nice place. They got picnic tables. They have all sorts of campsites. They got nice, fresh water, which is why I kind of wet myself down and washed my hair and face from all the sweat that I had. And just resting for a half hour here because I think I made it about 12 miles or so from Kitchen Creek Road to the Burnt Rancheria campground. But it's a beautiful place. And water, campsites, not a single person here other than me. And I'm just going to rest for a little while before I keep on going. We're basically in the Mount Laguna area, and it's definitely a higher elevation, kind of an alpine look. Here's another granary. This tree used to be a granary with all kinds of acorn storage holes made by woodpeckers. Anyway, that's the Burnt Rancheria. Oh, and the reason that it's called Burnt Rancheria is that 200 years ago, some Spanish settlers were here, and the Indians or Native Americans didn't like it, and so they burned down the house that these people had built. And ever since then, for the last 200 years, it's been called the Burnt Rancheria campground. So that's where we are, on Mount Laguna. There's all my stuff. Okay, we are past the Burnt Rancheria campground, and this is the Desert View Trail, which intersects with the Pacific Crest Trail. And you can see why it's called the Desert View Trail, because that's the Colorado Desert out there in the distance. And then, yeah, that's just desolate desert out there. And then looking back here, you still got pine trees on the Mount Laguna side. So it's quite a contrast, and I'm sure we'll see even better contrasts as we go down this Desert View Trail. Okay, here we are again on the Desert View Trail near Burnt Rancheria. And again, it's quite dramatic how far away you could see into the Colorado Desert. Up close, at the top of the mountain, they still have that golf ball radar antenna or whatever that is, which I guess has a great view of the Colorado Desert. Anyway, let's keep on going. There's millions of these bushes. I don't know what these bushes are called. Manzanita, maybe? Okay, we're at about mile 15 for today, which is Saturday, November 4th. And I'm walking around on Mount Laguna, and got a nice vista here. So that's Mount Laguna. The sun's starting to get a little bit low in the sky. This is all Mount Laguna. And it's nice and perfect weather, I'd say. Again, 65 to 70. Good time. And oh, look at this. Hang on. Okay, we're walking. This is, again, Mount Laguna. Nice, meadowy, perfect trail. We're coming across two hikers. Hello. Go ahead, folks. You can go past me. All right. Have a nice hike. So anyway, those were two day hikers. And just look at this. All of a sudden, without any warning, off in the distance is the Colorado Desert or San Felipe Wilderness Study Area. Totally different climate and ecosystem way out there in the distance. Let's see if we can get some more pictures of that. Okay, I'm going slightly off trail here. I'm at about mile marker 46 or 47 because I see that I'm in sort of a saddle where I can get over. And look at this. I'm at about 6,000 feet elevation right now. And wow, that's the Colorado Desert and San Felipe Wilderness Study Area, stretching as far as the eye can see with just total desolate desert. Almost no vegetation, almost no moisture. Let me zoom it in here. So that's the scenery for about 100 miles of just, that's the Anza-Borrego Desert State Park. Again, other desert areas with very little vegetation. Then northward is this way, which is where we're going. So I think that that's where we get down to Scissors Crossing and down to the way to Julian. But I'm going to get back to the Pacific Crest Trail, which is just about 20 yards this way. And I'll pick up my trekking poles again and get going. Okay, we are at Foster Point, which is a little short, tiny 1/10 of a mile detour off the Pacific Crest Trail. And we're just gonna, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, so we've been hiking for 8 hours, pretty much straight. I'm at about mile 16. Most of it has been going uphill from about 3,000 foot elevation to 6,000 foot elevation. But now here we are at Foster Point, which is going to be probably my last video of the day, on the trail at least. It's going good. Having a great hike, feeling wonderful, and probably met, I don't know, 15 hikers and a group of 10 people. I think they were not hikers, they were just out day camping or something. So, yeah, we're going to check out, pretty much we're at the top of Mount Laguna right now. I mean, this whole area is all Mount Laguna. And let's see. Huh. I'm glad I wore long pants on a day like today, because there's no way you're getting through these without cutting up your legs a little bit. And I see a lot of people who hike with shorts, and that's fine. But right here, yeah, that wouldn't be good. Okay, so, I mean, it wouldn't be, that one wasn't too bad, but there's way worse places that'll cut your legs up. Here is Foster Point. Look at this. This is interesting. Probably take a little break here and check out the scenic vista. Oh, crud. Yeah, it's hard to read these things, but shows you various mileage, like ranging from 9 miles to 9 miles to 35 miles. Coyote Mountain, way off in the distance. It's hard to tell what's what. Rabbit Peak, Coyote Mountain. Anyway, this is Foster Point, which I think is extremely, well, this close mountain here is Mount Laguna, which is very scenic. Yeah, reddish type rocks that are exposed there. And you can see, they say those mountains are 30 miles in the distance. I'm guessing that's Coyote Mountain or Rabbit Peak or something like that. That's all the desert scape. And I was wrong in my last video. It's not the San Felipe Wilderness. This is the Sawtooth Mountains. I guess they're called Sawtooth Mountains because, I don't know. They kind of look like a sawtooth. There we go. On a saw. So, this was worthwhile. It's getting a little late in the day. I'm probably going to head back soon. Yeah, I just really appreciated Foster Point. It's just a beautiful place out in the middle of nowhere. It takes miles of hiking to get here. And just wanted to give a shout out to Mark Adams, because if he was here, he'd probably say this is Foster's Point. Okay, it is 6 o'clock, and I'm calling it. We're at the Penny Pines Faucet, right about to get to go back to the road and head back to Mount Laguna, where I'm staying for the night. It is freezing cold already. It's probably down to 40 degrees, 50, 45 or so degrees. And I'm going to see if I can get back to the Mount Laguna Lodge and stay there tonight. All right. Good night, everyone. It doesn't look dark, but it looks, compared to earlier today, it's really dark. I mean, anyway, the video makes it look lighter than it is. All right, folks, stay tuned. Okay, we're at the Pine House Cafe, which is, listen to this music, first of all. They do have a granary from the woodpeckers and Christmas stuff. But this is a French-American place, the Pine House Cafe. And they have an awesome fireplace. And not that many people. Look at that. Wow. Awesome Halloween decorations. It's great. We got these two French people here. All right, let's take a look. It's a really cool place. All French stuff like baguette and all sorts of weird French stuff. So I'm about to have a French meal on Laguna Mountain, which is going to be great. Then I'm going to check into my place. Okay, it's Saturday night, and I'm presently at the Tiny House Block Hostel, which is cool because they have a shower and full kitchen and everything. So yeah, Tiny House Block is the name of this place. There's all sorts of tiny houses over here. And this is the hostel, which has 6 beds. And it even has a nice bathroom. Oh, okay. I just took a nice shower, which refreshed me greatly. So this is what the Tiny House Block looks like. I got the heater going. I got some hot water boiling. And this is my bed for the night. As you can see, got all my stuff there. They have 6 beds total. This bed is metal, and that's where I'm going to sleep. And they got the wooden one, 2 wooden ones. This one looks kind of, well, rickety. Anyway, this is where I'm staying tonight, and I guess lots of hikers hang out here. They even have a hiker box. And good night to everybody. All right, that was really nice. It's about 6 or 7 in the morning right now, and today's daylight savings. I'm leaving the Tiny House Block, And as you can see, they have all these tiny houses all over the place here. So people come here on vacation, they rent out a tiny house. But had some good food, good rest. Now I'm ready to hopefully make it to Scissors Crossing and Julian. Okay, I'm waiting for a ride here. Still at the Pine House Cafe, tiny house block. But one cool thing is that it's really early in the morning on Sunday morning, and I hear lots of these woodpeckers. Tap, tap, tap. You can barely hear them tap, 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 tap. It's quiet now, so I can hear them in several places, but those woodpeckers are making their granaries, I assume. And I thought that was interesting. So I want to say thank you for taking me all the way from the tiny house block to the trailhead here. I hope you have a good hike too.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Thanks. Dan Ruiz, and he did the Camino Santiago in Spain and Mount Whitney. You're a good hiker, except you hurt yourself, right? Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
All right, here we go at the Penny Pines trailhead. And let's see. Yeah, there we go. There's the trail right there. All right. It's about 8:30. Took me about 25-30 minutes to get a hike or a hitch. And let's go hike. Okay, it's now 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, November 5th. That's some other smaller mountain over there, 5663 or something like that. This is Garnet Peak. Well, actually, that's not really a good view of it. But there's another separate little trail that goes to the top of Garnet Peak, which looked like a really beautiful mountain. Great views of the desert to the east. And that's not where we're going. All right, there's a hawk flying around in the sky. Having a good time. This is the Pioneer Mall picnic area, which has some nice picnic tables. And wow, look at that. Bunches of cars and canopies and stuff and people picnicking. So I'm not going to go anywhere particular here. I'm just going to rest for a minute and keep on going. It's now 9 o'clock on Sunday morning, and I've gone about 4 miles. We just passed the Pioneer Mall picnic area. There was a group of people doing some sort of run, I guess, and a whole bunch of ladies sitting around with water and snacks and all sorts of things. And I didn't ask them for anything because I don't need anything right now. 20 miles from now, that's going to change. I'm going to be desperate for stuff like that, I'm guessing, because I brought just a little bit of food and water. I mean, I brought 2.5 liters of water, a little tiny bit of food. My goal is to get to Julian and be able to resupply there, eat dinner, and get something to, a lot of water to drink. But looking off in the distance, you'll see why this is so dramatic. That's just a beautiful vista that we have here. Mount Laguna is really a beautiful place at 5,500 foot elevation, looking 4,000 feet down into the desert valleys. And those mountains over there don't have anything on them, no trees, no bushes or anything. As far as, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but over here it's quite forested. So I'm gonna sign off for the next hour or so and just keep on hiking as much as I can hike. Okay, we're at Quaimi Point, and they have these like retaining walls to prevent further erosion of the trail, I guess. But it's really beautiful. Oh, we just saw a roadrunner run by. Golden red boulders. Just a very interesting color for boulders. And here's Quaimi Point, which is a monument to all the dead hikers. I don't know if they died here or died somewhere else. I guess this is Quaimi Point, I'm not sure. Anyway, nice place to have a memorial. And let's keep on going. My knee's giving me some trouble here. We're about 4.5 miles into this hike. I got another 20 miles to go, so let's see how things go. Oh, I think that's Kwai Point up there. I see a truck too. This whole area is Kwai Point, and you can drive right up here off the Sunrise Highway. And they have this cool thing here. So that's Garnet Peak off to the right. Sawtooth Range. That's all the Sawtooth Mountains, I guess. Whale Peak Wilderness. Cottonwood Canyon is that place way down there, off in the distance. Granite Mountain. Anyway, let's keep on going. Like I say, then this is just a little spur road off of the Sunrise Highway, and get back on the trail right over here. Okay, this is really great. We're on the eastern side of Garnet Mountain, I guess, and the trail just kind of winds along on the side of the mountain. It's a pretty rugged trail, as you can see. Huge drop-offs, and all the way down to wherever that valley is that we were just looking at Kwai Point. But this is a really special part of the trail. I'm only maybe half a mile away from the Kwai Point traffic parking circle, so anyone who's able to walk even a little bit could just park their car, get out, and go for a half mile or so out, half mile back, and have a really excellent experience right here on the Pacific Crest Trail. But let's keep on going here. My knee seems to have gotten better, and I expect to get to Julian tonight, where I'll get picked up. Oh yeah, look at that. And I'm a little bit reluctant to even be filming here, because one false move and I could be one of those hikers that they commemorate down at Kwai Point. But see how they made the trail here? It's just about 1.5 feet, 2 feet wide, and then all the way down 4,000 or so feet to the very bottom, but that's probably 2,000 feet just as far as you could throw a rock. And beautiful, beautiful scenery with a very exciting trail. All right. Oh, let's see what's beyond this little bend here. Probably more desert landscape up to the northeast. And again, that's the Sawtooth Mountains. Yeah, that I think way off in the distance over there is probably Mount San Jacinto, I'm guessing, nearby Idlewild. Okay, it's 12 noon on Sunday. We're at about mile 60 on the Pacific Crest Trail, and this is what we're looking at. Just, I don't know what you call that, chaparral or something. My knee is still causing some trouble for me, and I'm used up about half my water going 10 miles. It's 17 more miles to get down to Scissors Crossing, or in 2 miles I can stop for the day and just get back to Mount Laguna and call it a day. And that's what I'm going to do. It's good. I did 19 miles yesterday. I'm going to end up doing about 13 or so miles today. So a little bit more mileage than I did last time I did this section. And I'm going to start off again at milepost 63 of the Pacific Crest Trail next time. A little disappointing. I was hoping that I would at least get to Scissors Crossing and Julian. That's what I've been planning on. But the time is short, water is running low, leg is acting up, and so I have to make a decision here. And I think the safest decision is in the next hour or so. Once I hit mile 63, about 1:30, we're going to call it a weekend, and then we'll try again another weekend to make it to maybe Eagle Rock Warner Springs, which I think might be doable. So, learned a few more lessons on this trip. The lighter you go, the better. My water system, which you can see right here, kind of sucks. It's kind of irritating my hips a little bit just to be carrying all that water like that. So, like I say, learning lessons about what works and what doesn't work on the trail. And I think next time I'm going to use a hydration backpack instead of this hip belt. And that's probably going to work a lot better. I am happy with the Hyperlight Versa pack. That's working great. So anyway, that's my update for the next hour, and probably let you know when I get off the trail I'm going to get off the trail at something called the Pedro Fages, F-A-G-E-S, Pedro Fages Monument. He was a Spanish soldier from about 200 years ago who was collecting all the deserters who left the Spanish army, I guess, and he was one of the first people to explore around this area from Europe. And I'll check. The Pedro Fages Monument is where I'm heading right now. Alrighty. We just passed the mile 60 mark, and I thought Jim would like this because there's yuccas all over the place right on this trail. There's a little spur that goes off to the Sunrise Highway, but this is really yucca country. You can see them all over the place. What's that? Oh, okay. You look good. Yeah, so you just came all the way from Canada, right?
Yep.
All right, excellent. Have a good trek. Yeah, definitely. How long have you been on the trail?
Since mid-June.
Excellent. Okay, so this is the end of the trail. We're at mile marker number 63, and it's become windy. This is where I'll pick up again next time. Maybe next week is what I'm hoping. But yeah, the trail goes down here until you get to Scissors Crossing in 14 miles. It's 1:30. It's going to get dark at 5. There's no way. I'd have to be sprinting the whole way to get it there in time before it got dark. So I'm going to go down to Pedro Fages Monument. Okay, now this is something I have not seen at all. We're heading back towards the Sunrise Highway, S2, I think is what it's called. It's about a mile from the Pacific Crest Trail, a little over a mile from the trail to the highway. And this is a little California recreation trail according to a recent sign. I haven't seen anything like this at all. Just complete meadow. There's been no traces of any motor vehicles on here for a long time as far as I could see. But there are mountain bikers. I did pass a mountain biker, and we're just going to go over to the highway and just get back to Mount Laguna, and that's going to be our day for today. But this is where we're going to start next time, hopefully next week. I'm already planning it out, and get down to at least Eagle Rock, and maybe the outskirts of Anza. But I wanted to show you all this meadow. This is some heavy meadow. So this is Carrie, and she took me all the way back from Mount Laguna, and I want to say thank you for the ride, Carrie.
You're welcome.
All right. Hope you have a great day going back to Boulevard.
Yes, back home.
All right, cool. Okay, still Sunday, November 5th. I just decided to come back to the border because I could not see the border wall last time, at least not up close. This time I will. But you can see it's about 25 feet high or so. There I am. And now my hand's in Mexico. But this is the border wall. And I see some people over there celebrating at the Pacific Crest Trail southern terminus. Anyway, just making a little quick trip to Campo here before I head home. All right, these guys are celebrating. They're spraying champagne all over, which goes surprisingly well. It's a big party here. All right. Mary. We are at the VFW. That's Cricket over there. Yeah, this is the Commander Cricket, right? All right. And everyone here is always so nice to me when I'm out hiking. So, yeah, really a pleasure to come here to the VFW Post in Campo, California. Camarillo.